What is going on, FG3000? Back in the place to be, and welcome back to the pre-register for the month of March. Let's go ahead and jump right into it, starting off with Monopoly. Nah, bruh. We'll start off with Mighty Doom. So this is gonna look really familiar. If you saw my coverage on Tomb Raider Reloaded, it looks like the same exact engine, but just with Doom Guy instead. And you know, as much as I kind of like that game, I feel like maybe Doom Guy works a little bit better in this scene. So maybe I would give this one a try yet again. So let's see how Doom Guy differs from Laura. Like, look at that. Why wasn't Laura jumping around? So maybe it's not the same exact engine. I was thinking it was like the same engine, just like repurposed with Doom Guy. But no, it looks quite a bit different. So I think I'm down for this. I did like Tomb Raider Reloaded, but it's one of those games where it can get repetitive really quickly. So hopefully this one has a little bit more staying power. It's Slay Time. Is that a Doom quote? What? So the next game I want to take a look at is Call of Dragons. This is once again the quintessential pre-registration misdirection. You see these screenshots trying to hide your typical city builder. It happens all the time. Although this is kind of wild, even though I doubt there's actually a scene like this in the game. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys have played this game, and maybe if it does have something like this, I'll give it a shot. But this looks like something out of like Total War Warhammer, right? Like most of the city builder games that most of the city builder games that I play on this channel, you do not see like a full blown out war like this. So maybe if something like that is possible, this game, you know, might set itself apart from all the other clones of city builders that we've seen 1,000 times before. An MMO fantasy quest, bro, let me see this. Let's see this. Is this all gonna just be cinematics? Is it just me? Probably not, FG. Is it just me, or has the era of cinematics kind of gone away? Like, does anyone actually get excited about cinematics anymore? Like, does this like get anyone excited? Like, I'm all about like, show me the actual gameplay. I want to see the game with the UI showing. Dude, it might be a pretty, wait a minute. It does look a little Total Warhammer-y. It looks a little Total War-y. Dude, I could be wrong. Okay. Maybe this is the next like evolution of city builders. Look at that. Or maybe not. I couldn't tell you, but it does have like typical MMO aesthetic, not MMO, typical mobile game aesthetic. So for whatever reason, like 5 years ago, right before like Clash and all those games came out, right before like the boom of Supercell, there was probably this like, you know, focus group with a bunch of like people that don't game that judge different types of artwork. And for whatever reason, characters that look like this pulled the best in those little focus groups, and we've never gotten past it. Like all these mobile games love this type of like aesthetic on their characters. For whatever reason, this is the most universally appealing art style when it comes to mobile games, but whatever. Next up is gonna be Honkai Star Rail. So the beta for Honkai Star Rail is gonna end on the 24th. So we're getting very close to the release of this game. Cannot wait. I'm not a big fan of Genshin. I've tried to jump back into it multiple times, but having a turn-based JRPG style game with a PC client, with the polish and the funding of Genshin Impact Hoyoverse, I'm all about it. So cannot wait to play this one. I'll be live streaming it day one, and maybe this can be something that we have as a staple on the channel moving forward. Next up is Valiant Force 2. So I did cover this game in a very early alpha look. So if you want to take a look at my gameplay on it, I do have some gameplay of this grid-based strategy RPG. Let's take a look at this. Oh, what the? What just happened there? There we go. So let's see. Is this gonna be just a bunch of like anime art here, or we're gonna see some gameplay? But you know, it's your quintessential chibi models. Do I have to always say quintessential in every video? I guess so. I guess it wouldn't be a quintessential FG3000 video without it, you know what I'm saying? But little chibi models in a grid-based strategy RPG. You got some watercolor backgrounds there, very reminiscent to Shining Beyond, from the same company, of course. She looks kind of cool. Like, you know, as long as the chibi models have good detail, I'm totally all about it. And you're gonna recognize a lot of these characters from their past projects as well. So if you are a fan of this company, I'm sure you're gonna see some of your favorite characters from their past projects reimagined in this world. The only game that I really played from them was Shining Beyond, and I recognize a few of these characters. One big change that I've heard, now I can't verify this because I haven't done it myself, but one big change that I heard is that they made the grid-based strategy RPG-ness a lot more streamlined, and they've added a lot more quality of life. So there's like, whoa, that camera angle is looking a little suspect. So it's a little bit easier to move your characters around, do special skills and things of that nature with less button clicks. So that's gonna be, wow. That just looks wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what's wrong with chibi models, because that should have been exciting, but it really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I thought the FBI was knocking on my door right there. But yeah, more streamlined, more quality of life, grid-based strategy RPG. It was good when I played it in alpha, so I can only hope it's going to be better. From their quick failure of Shining Beyond, you would think that this company is definitely trying to put their best foot forward on this project, because you can only have so many shutdowns, right? Like even Boltrin, you know what I'm saying? Even Boltrin had to go by the wayside with too many shutdowns. So hopefully this is going to, oh look, little capture the flag. So there's going to be different types of gameplay mechanics within this grid-based strategy RPG-ness as well. Climate day and night systems, underrated feature. I love day and night systems. Weather effects, that's something that we just don't see a lot in gacha games. And I'm not sure how much it takes to kind of code that in, but I feel like it does make a difference, you know? When you can see the same stage, but that stage has snow on it, or it's dark, or it's raining, or there's thunder. That, in my opinion, once again, I'm not no developer, but in my opinion, that feels like you can take one stage and get like multiple different uses out of it to give the game more variety and more diversity just by adding a weather effect system. Maybe the weather effect system takes more of the actual overall budget, but you know, that's just FG's talking from his house in Austin, Texas, with no video game development knowledge whatsoever. So there you go, Valiant Force 2. So the next game up is Viking Rise. Now this is absolutely a city builder, battle and conquer, epic skill combinations, build Viking cities. But this is an aesthetic that I'm very interested in. Like, look at the town here. What a cool vibe this is. So I'm not sure if it's gonna be any different than any of the other city builders that we always see. Dude, is this, like, there's so many city builders we've talked about in this video already. But just the overall aesthetic and the setting is very interesting. And look at that. It's a good looking little game. I'm not sure if this is, this might be pre-rendered and not actual in-game gameplay, but if it is an in-game gameplay, that is quite the city here with different, you know, elevations. We got this big, massive, overgrown bear that's being attacked. Now, this is probably nowhere near as interesting as the last one that we just covered, but the setting, in my opinion, makes it worth looking at. Oh, here we go. Lord of the Rings Middle-earth. So this is brought to you by the same exact company that put out Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and they've been running that game for like, dude, I feel like they've been running that game for like a decade. Like, that game is like one of the early mobile games that I had my eyeball on when I first started covering mobile games on this channel. I'm not pleased with the graphics. I gotta be real. I'm not really pleased with the graphics whatsoever. It looks like they took a real, I don't know, it looks like quite, let's see it in movement. Maybe I'll change my mind in movement. Let's see. A new adventure awaits. Here it is, your quintessential, oh my god, I said it again, campaign mode. You got Marvel Strike Force / Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes with multiple star ratings. You're probably gonna have very hard line synergies focused on bringing a whole elf team, bringing a whole hobbit team, bringing a whole like heroes team. And that's one thing I really didn't like about Marvel Strike Force, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be prevalent here as well, is that, you know, getting those hard coded synergies in like a Fantastic Four team or like an X-Men team. Yeah, it sounds good on paper to have synergies with the actual iconic teams, but to me, it feels like it takes away a little bit of team building diversity. But I could be wrong. WarCraft Arclight Rumble, dude, they might cancel this game. You never know. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually cancel that game. We haven't heard much from it since it had its little test. So either they're going to completely retool this or they might cancel it, because I don't see a lot of hype surrounding that one at all. So take a look at the little update that we got on Harry Potter Magic Awakened. So the same exact screenshots that we've seen a dozen times on the pre-register, right? Yeah, same exact screenshots we've seen a dozen times, but they did add a little video. Look at this. You have been invited to Hogwarts. Still no release date on this one. The mainline Harry Potter game was, you know, through all of the controversy, was an absolute massive success. So I would have timed it a little bit better. The release of this game, I think I would have timed it a little bit better. But I think they still did a good job coming after the mainline Harry Potter game. I'm sure there's a big crowd of people that are hankering for more Harry Potter action. So let's hope that they can market this in the correct way, that it gets on those people's radar, right? That's going to be a big problem. DC Heroes and Villains, we talked about this before. Looks like they've added a few new screenshots here as well. This game has been in soft launch for a long time, but the developer has been working really hard with a massive roadmap to really make this game more than your typical match 3 game. So I'll definitely play this. I skip a lot of match 3 games, but I will not be skipping this one. And of course, I'm still looking forward to the Division Resurgence. Between this and Honkai Star Rail, when it comes to games that have actually been announced, these are probably some of my top games I'm looking forward to here in 2023. It's been a light year so far. I don't think I've said that 2023 was a year of mobile. I hope I didn't, because so far it's been kind of light, but now that I take it back, watch this be the year of mobile. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Hey, Minion Masters come out yet? Nope. Believe it or not, I am looking forward to mini tennis. Dude, I used to love virtual tennis on the Dreamcast, man. 4 players. Well, it's different when you're all in the room together, but dude, we used to have some like 2-3 a.m. virtual tennis on Dreamcast sessions in complete silence, like legit try-hard paintings for all of my friends, just like razor focused on playing a freaking tennis game. None of us even like tennis, but dude, the gameplay of a tennis game it's hard to describe. So maybe this can be replicated on mobile. Everyone's favorite company is back at it again with another game called Against War. Yeah, it looks like, you know, you're gonna have an energy resource where you can summon troops. This guy costs 1, this guy costs 6. You summon them on a battlefield, you attack. It looks pretty straightforward. I wonder, looking at this, I wonder if it's PvE. No, no, it's PvP. It's probably, well, yeah, all PvP. I can see the other castle over here. I was like, well, there's only one castle side, but no. Here's your castle, here's the enemy castle, PvP, Clash Royale style, with just more realistic units mixed with a little bit of anime, right? That's really what that game is gonna be. I'm still gonna play it because I still like these types of games, but I'm not expecting too much. So the next game I want to talk about is Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, basically the Battle Royale version of Call of Duty. So I really did enjoy my limited time in Call of Duty Mobile. I thought that was a really well-made game. And we just got word from Activision that when Call of Duty Warzone Mobile comes out, they are going to still develop the other Call of Duty mobile game. So both of them are going to exist together. There was some murmurs, you know, saying that once Call of Duty Warzone comes out, they're going to pretty much put the other one in maintenance mode. That can still happen, because you never know with Activision, especially with the pending merger between Microsoft happening, or buyout, I should say. So for right now, both of those games will be updated simultaneously together. That's what simultaneous means, FG, I know, but I'm more looking forward to Warzone. So last video, we talked about Omega Strikers, which is basically like, you know, soccer mixed with a MOBA. I didn't really enjoy it too much on PC. I did play it for a little while. I will try it again on mobile, because it felt like, I don't know, it just felt like it probably play better on the mobile platform. So we'll see if the game gets a spike in popularity once it hits the mobile platform. I wonder if it's going to be cross-platform. Now, it doesn't say anything about it being cross-platform. That would be a major boon to the people that play on PC, because this will give you a ton of new players to play with. And I don't really think that it's kind of like, you know, when you play first-person shooters, PC versus console, I don't think there's an inherent advantage in a game like this between PC and mobile. So if they can get cross-platform to work, maybe they should try that, but I guess we'll see. So a new addition to the pre-registration is Legend of Keepers. So I already covered the PC version of this game, and I think it's gonna work really well on mobile. If you guys did not see that video, basically what this game is, instead of playing the hero, you play the dungeon keeper, right? So you're sending out enemies, skeletons, goblins, things of that nature, traps, in order to kill the heroes that are trying to go into your dungeon and defeat you. So I really like the twist. There's some roguelike elements here as well. This is a ton of fun. Cannot wait to see it on mobile and hopefully get the attention that it deserves. So the next game up is called Brotato, which I've heard positive things about. I have never played it, but I guess it's some type of twist on like Vampire Survivors or something like that. Maybe. Is this a roguelite? I mean, I guess, but there is a premium version and a free-to-play version, so we'll absolutely be covering this game once it hits mobile. So Netmarble's back with a new game called Meta World. The only reason why I'm looking at this is because it's brought to you by Netmarble, and I know for some people that's a reason not to look at it. But all right, Dennis, you got this city being built behind you. Looks like it's like a board game. Netmarble, what in the world are you guys? Oh, but of course there's some gacha elements in this board game as well. You get to also build your own city, and there's a board, and there's a gacha, and I guess there's avatar customization. I mean, the casual market on mobile is so massive, dude. There are so many like little dress up games and little city games that make so much money. So I guess that's where they're going. So board games and building dreams, a delightful board game at your fingertips. Real-time competition, construct your own buildings in the city of your dream, high quality avatar customization, come up with great strategies. There goes a building. And dude, it must be cold outside. Okay, so that's Meta World My City. We just talked about the free-to-play version of Brotato. Like I mentioned, there's gonna be a premium and a free-to-play version. Now this next game is an absolute bait and switch, right? So this is called Avatar Saga. It's not officially Avatar at all whatsoever, but I am almost 117.6% sure that this is just a reskin of Dragon Trail. Remember Remember that game that we covered a little while ago? Let me show you some screenshots, right? Hold on. There you go, blah, blah, blah. Look at this. Remember these screenshots in the pre-register where we were looking at that Dragon Trail game? Look at this. You see the little mounts here, and you're really about to be convinced here in a second. Look at this. Look at this screen. You see this? I am 100%. You were a little higher percent a second ago, FG. Yeah, I was. But I'm pretty sure that this is Dragon Trail or Dragon Trail, whichever one. It's pretty much the same exact like screenshot vibe as well as the in-game graphics, but they just threw Avatar Saga on top of this. Let me see something. Not the same company at least. No, it is. Yeah. Calm down, FG. Look. It's the same company, dude. The same exact company. Let me get that screenshot. Hold up a little bit. Hold on. Wait. You're not going to show me the vertical screenshot. I thought this game was going to be in landscape. It wasn't. It was portrait. It tried to make it look like it was this amazing MMO with like Secret of Mana vibes. Nah, bruh. All they did was take that same exact game, throw a pretend avatar skin on top of it, and they're going to try to soak up some money. Nah, absolute skip on that one. So here's yet another game with meta in the title, Meta City M. Is that going to be the thing in 2023? Like, remember for the longest time, well, it still happens today, where all of these games have these algorithm names like Idol, Fantasy, Epic, where they just threw a bunch of random names in their video game title in order to kind of hit that algorithm. Is meta that word now? It doesn't feel like it, but it's kind of weird to have two games in the pre-register that both have meta in the name. And once again, it just feels like it's an algorithm play. Because what is, well, this feels like an autoplay MMO, but in a city. But I wonder what you do besides auto path to NPCs. Like, what else do you do? Okay, let me skip ahead here a little bit. You can chop down some trees. You can still do some building. So it's kind of like a city builder, but you're in the perspective of the character as opposed to being like, you know, top down. Okay. Huh. Interesting. I wonder if this is going to be more reminiscent to games like, don't say it, FG. I know what you're about to say. Animal Crossing. You know what I mean? Like that type of vibe. Stardew Valley, that type of vibe maybe. Metaverse. They even put Metaverse in the title as well. Bruh. Calm down, game. Calm down. So that will do it for this episode of the pre-registration. The game that I'm most excited for obviously is going to be Honkai Star Rail, The Division, but kind of out of nowhere is this Call of Dragons. I know I'm going to be disappointed, like I already know, but something about this game kind of got my attention. Like I'm digging those screenshots right there with these big, massive wars and armies going at it. If they can do this right, it might not be too bad. Fight by land and air. This just reminds me a lot more of the RTS games of the past that we loved, that we haven't really seen recreated on the mobile platform. Like for whatever reason, you know, strategy RTS on mobile always equals like city builder. Like that, for whatever reason, that's the direction they went. And they kind of gotten away from like WarCraft and StarCraft and that type of vibe. This looks a little bit closer to like a true RTS. All right. So this is my pick of the video right here. The immersive fantasy strategy game, Call of Dragons. Who makes this game? Farlight. What? Dislight? All right, I know Dislight fell off really hard, but you cannot argue the polish of that game, right? So I'm actually a little bit more excited because I also played Farlight 84, which I really enjoyed. Kind of interesting. They're called Farlight, and they made a game called Farlight. Whatever. I think I'm gonna play Farlight again. I played before, and you guys all yelled at me because I did a no commentary video. But I'll play this one again because it is globally launched. So we'll give this one a try. I can't believe 5 million downloads, bruh. All right, we'll go ahead and install that. I am out of here. My name is FG, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.